Hi, hello. Scratch that, because I forgot to do my pre-intro section. Hi, hello, welcome back. It's me, Aaron, back with another delayed Drag Race review. This one should be on time, because I've put a schedule of, like, when I should release my Drag Race reviews, because I'm, like, 2 or 3 weeks behind. Am I 4 weeks? I'm really behind. However, I kind of know myself, so if this is on time, please just like it, just for the fact that I managed to edit this in time. Thank you, you're welcome. It's the makeover challenge. Yay. If you hear background noise, it's just because obviously everyone's in the house, so we're having a great time. So I forgot Drag Race was on Saturday. It's Sunday. So yesterday I woke up and usually my first thing to do is just quick Drag Race, and I almost made a vital mistake of going on my social media before watching the episode, because that's just I'm gonna find out within the first check of, the first thing that will come up on my feed will be who goes home. So I managed to catch myself, and so I watched it. I already knew it was makeover challenge. So I was like, great, so I can just zone out for the first half an hour. They come back in, and I thought the main topic of conversation is the track record. Ben de la Creme loved talking about the track record, and I quite like talking about track record, because I do believe the person with the best track record should win. So they talk about how Gigi's got 3 wins, Sherry and Jada both have 2 wins, Heidi has a win, and then Crystal and Jackie have no wins. However, Crystal has been on an upward trajectory over the last 3 weeks, and Jackie is on a downward trajectory. Therefore, really, Jackie is the weakest link at the moment. So, I'm not accusing Jackie of being egotistical or anything. However, coming from New York, and she's like a comedy queen, and she was doing pretty well in the first half of the season, I feel like Jackie probably thought she was going to do really well in the season. Because I'm just saying, it's not me imprinting. Just look at New York queens. 9 times out of 10, they just assume they're gonna kill anything they do, which is a great way to go through life. I'm gonna kill this, I'm gonna do great. But it also means a lot of time on Drag Race they come off as really arrogant, because they're like, I'm gonna do well, and then when they don't, they complain. BETTA. But I'm kind of happy that people like Heidi and Crystal, who I think after the first 5 episodes, you thought, oh, they're probably not going to go very far. They're in the top 6, doing better than Jackie, a New York comedy queen, who I kind of assumed was going to kill the season. I thought she was going to be like the Ms. Cracker. So I don't know. I'm not saying I'm gleeful, but it's kind of nice. It's I like one of the reasons I like this season so much is because it is unexpected. I feel like there's no way to predict what's going to happen next. I mean, I assume Gigi and Jada are going to make top 4, but considering what things that happened this season, maybe one of them won't, especially considering Gigi's just been, just really down in the bottom these last few weeks. But yeah, they have that. That's kind of the only interesting thing they talk about. I'm surprised that they don't really mention Gigi, and how she's been in the bottom again. I would have thought they would have done that. And also, Gigi just isn't very present this episode. She really isn't. She was even compared to Sherry, who they're literally editing out because he's a predator. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe the editors just changed their mind halfway through. But I'm not really feeling Team Gigi from the producers anymore. And maybe they're just crafting a redemption in the last 2 episodes. But I don't know what they're doing. It's interesting. I'm intrigued to see what they do with Gigi. And maybe they responded to a lot of people going, you're favouriting her by just not editing her out. I don't know. But they come back. There's no mini challenge. They have the whole cute moment with the super fans. That's great. And they all seem really lovely. For once, everyone in the makeover challenge seems lovely. And because they're super fans, all of them are kind of perfect because they're all ready to do what they need to because they're fans of the show. There's no risk of you being given, if you're given a stubborn makeover-y, that's not a word, but I'm using it, then of course they're not going to do as well because they're not reciprocating what you want to do. Whereas when they're all super fans, it's kind of a level playing field. And then as there's no mini challenge, the person who gets to pick the pairs is Jada, because she won the last challenge. She picks for her... I've forgotten all of their names. I remember most of their drag names, but I can't remember any of their names apart from Janet the Planet. So Jada picks her one, who I was surprised by, because usually there's always a narrative of like, oh, give the queens of color someone who matches their skin tone, especially obviously black queens. And I was surprised that Jada chose someone who was white, and I think it's just because Jada's confident in her makeup skills, and then gave, what's her name, Nicole? They gave the black superfan to Heidi, so it was very fair. I don't feel like there's, to be fair though, I feel like you're more likely to see a white queen doing those kind of shady antics than you are, because a black queen will probably be a bit more like, I sympathise with you, I'm going to try and give someone as close to your skin tone as you know, as I can. So that was immediately, I was like, because Jada's confident. She's not even choosing someone who's going to be easy for her to make over because of like, oh, skin tone, whatever. She's choosing someone based on like energy, which I was like, okay, I mean, it worked out for her. And that's probably something I would do as well. I don't know who I would have picked of all of them. Honestly, no one really stood out to me as better than the others. So I probably would have just gone, what's my gut instinct? You, then paired any black super fan with any of the black queens and try and make that work out the best. And then with everyone else, just gonna go, okay, you can have that, you can have that, you can have that. And Jada's apparently just matched them all perfectly with people who match their personalities, which I'm like, okay, Jada's good at reading people. She should be a therapist or something. So that was nice, and I'm glad that them, you know, the whole picking of contestants wasn't a huge topic, because that used to always be something to talk about for ages. Apart from the Little Women makeover episode in season 8, but we don't really talk about that one. I think most people agree that's a pretty. I haven't seen many people like that makeover challenge. I don't like that makeover challenge either. So I can't speak English. I'm struggling. Then Rue leaves, obviously. And then you'll get to know their queens. We get a lot about the super fans. I keep like saying contestants, then changing to super fans. I'm sorry. We get a lot about the super fans rather than the contestants, which I didn't mind. We got to learn a lot about Heidi's super fan and her issues with body positivity and not showing her skin for 20 years, was it? And that was mentioned a lot. That was kind of her storyline. She got like a full-fledged storyline throughout the whole episode, which was rather amusing. Jada's girl was kind of the one that couldn't walk in heels and all that, and got in her head and didn't want to wear them. There's always one, usually. And Jackie's girl, who obviously was called Snacky when she became drag, Snacky was like the one who was like, I can do splits and kicks, and I can do this, and I'm really up for it, let's go. Janet the Planet had this lovely story about how, because everyone thought she was a man because of how she looked and was really extravagant in her hair and her makeup, she was like, sod it, I'm just going to call myself Janet the Planet, I'm going to be out there, that's my legal name, and I'm going to surround myself with my family, because yes, I'm not a drag queen, I'm not, I don't know if she never says if she's queer, I mean, we don't know about her sexuality, or, if her gender identity is more than just a woman. But she's like, I'm going to surround myself with people that people associate me with anyways. Because, like, I guess they were right. I do like hanging around with drag queens and men who wear makeup and hair, you know. Which I thought was really cute. And it meant that it was really weird because we got to see a lot of Sherry and even Rue's walkthrough with Sherry, which was so bizarre. That was so weird seeing that. Also, Sherry was, like, wearing, like, a drag necklace, like, the whole episode in the workroom on that first day. And for some reason, I was really confused. I was like, why? Is drag jewelry comfortable? It didn't look very comfortable. I'm not sure why you choose to wear that in the day, for the whole day. I don't know I wouldn't. Whose girls have I not gone through? Gigi's girl, I know that she's gone on social media and been like, oh, you know, everyone assumed we're all just straight women. I think she's queer. I think she mentioned sexuality. She doesn't just like boys. I'm not going to put a label on her because I still don't know what sexuality she identifies as, if she even identifies with a label. But I feel like she was the most neglected of all the 6 contestants when it came to editing. Like, we didn't really get to know her, and it's a shame because she seems really lovely online. Like, they literally don't talk about Gigi's girl. I don't know. Maybe there was like, I mean, the episode was actually quite jam-packed. I think this is probably one of my favourite makeover episodes. It's definitely one of the best. It wasn't agonising to get through, you know. I think this, the All Stars 2 makeover, and the Drag Race UK makeover, actually. I think those are probably like my top 3, just off the top of my head, because again, I'm not a fan of the makeover challenge. Oh, and the season 9 one was pretty good, actually. Season 9 was pretty good, if only for Wintergreen. Also, now that I think about it, you know, the season 10 makeover challenge was basically just like a pilot for what's now Celebrity Drag Race. And they have to do a lip sync for their life, which of all of the, you and your makeover person must do this, it's the least, what's the word? Boring. Honestly, can we just ditch the makeover challenge? Like, it's been 12 years. And they go to practice their lip sync, and it's, okay, it's great. Things happen. Then they come back the next day to do their makeup and stuff, and oh, we do also get, obviously, I don't know if they do it on the day of the makeup, but we get a discussion about how Jazz, I can't remember her real name, but Jazz, who was Jada's girl, takes her kids to DragCon as like, you know, I want them to be open and say, you know, this is fun, this is cool, this is different. Jackie opens up to Snacky about his dad being really supportive of drag, and how Snacky's mum is the supportive one. Snacky's dad is kind of just sort of like leaves it alone. Oh, and then Crystal and Opal go through like a real like bonding experience. We don't really learn a lot about her personally, but I was here for it. Then we get to the makeup, and they do makeup. It's actually really funny. There's a load of shade thrown in this episode as well between like the different queens, and it was all fun shade though, which is what I enjoyed. It's not what I call sherry pie shade, where it's literally just being a complete and utter asshole for no reason. And that's not me looking through like tinted glasses because of everything that's come out about her. Like, it's some of the stuff, whenever especially when she talked to Widow, Sherry seemed to have a thing out for Widow. Like, it just was like, why? Also, I will be breaking my rule. I will be talking about Sherry on the runway and stuff, because I think it'd be really, I mean, Janet the Planet's already gone through enough, because she probably had to watch all this go out and, you know, happen and go, shit, I had a makeover from a predator. So I feel like the least I can do for her is at least talk about, you know, what her part was in the challenge. So I will be breaking my rule with that. I don't think anything important happened in the makeover chairs. It was just fun. Yes, so unless I'm forgetting anything, which if I have, I don't think we'll be rewatching this episode anytime soon. So I don't know if I'll be able to catch anything that I've missed. I don't care, because it's the worst challenge of the season. I mean, not this particular season. It's not the worst challenge from this season, but it's the worst type of challenge in the whole show. So we get to the runway. Rue has a really lovely dress on. Michelle's there, which is nice. Ross was there. Daisy Ridley was there. I wonder if they planned that, because, like, again, the Frozen crossover was tied in because Frozen was meant to be going on tour around that time. And obviously, that episode, the episode just gone out, aired on May the 2nd, which is 2 days before May the 4th, Star Wars Day. So, I wonder. That's from the Lorax. Remember that guy? Anyway, I did like Daisy Ridley. I like her as a person, but I feel like they included her a lot in the deliberation, but when it comes to actual critiques, I feel like she was kind of absent. Like, of all the judges, she was kind of up. She was better than Winnie Harlow in how much she actually spoke, but she still wasn't, like, up there. She wasn't a bad judge. I think because she's a fan, though, she just kept going, this is fucking amazing. Like, she just loved being there. Then they come out. So, we have Heidi in closet, or Heidi Aphrodite. Heidi Aphrodite. You're supposed, saying it in a British accent ruins it. Heidi Aphrodite. Heidi's outfit was lovely. Her daughters, whose name I cannot remember, her daughter's makeover, like, her outfit wasn't great. The wig was good. The makeup was better than Heidi's, but the outfit was, I think it was probably Sherry's, I would assume, because she said she got it from another contestant, and it's only I could think it would only probably fit Sherry. Possibly. But it's quite clear that Heidi kind of left the outfit making or the outfit decisions to the last minute. Because, yeah, Rue made a good point at the runway. Like, you had 2 days, and yeah, you had to coach her on lip syncing, but then you only had to do her makeup and stuff today. And when he did his walkthrough earlier in the day, on the first day, you'd already decided on the disco theme, and you'd already knew her pretty well. So I'm not sure what Heidi was doing. I think Heidi was just having too good a time and not really focusing on how, you know, this is a competition. I have to make sure this is flawless. Then out walked Jackie. So Jackie and Heidi both did disco. I think Heidi's was more successful than Jackie's was. I mean, Heidi's two outfits didn't go together, and her daughter's wasn't really disco. But Heidi's disco outfit was disco. Whereas Jackie's, first of all, red and black is not a disco colour palette. Their wigs weren't very disco to me. And they were both the same, which I never like. I thought Snacky's outfit was cute, and I thought Jackie's outfit was cute. It was fine, but it wasn't really makeover worthy. And Jackie's makeup just continues to not be great. Like, I'm not sure why they are not calling Jackie out on her makeup, because it's not amazing. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I think that's a bit unfair, actually. But yeah, I was kind of like, I thought maybe she'd be okay, but then I didn't realise the rest of the girls would be so strong. So out come, I see that so many times this season. I didn't realise the rest of the girls would be so strong. Then I think it's Jada and Jazz, who it's kind of the way to win the makeover challenge. Honestly, the way to win seems to almost always be wear something that's not super unique, because as much as the dresses were impressive that she made them and they looked very nice, they weren't super unique, but kind of, you know, it's still part of your brand, and then your outfits need to be similar but different. And that's like the way to win. Like, if you look at history, that is, I think most winners, that's what they've done. Like, Trinity did the same thing. I know when Rebecca won the first season, they literally were wearing the same outfit and hair, but that's because Drag Race was a very different beast back then. But then, like, afterwards, like, Tyra didn't win, even though her and her mother were wearing the exact same dress. You know, I think, but because for some reason they don't seem to reward uniqueness in the makeover challenges, they never seem to praise that. So Jada's smart. They both had lovely wigs on that were kind of very similar, but they were obviously different colours and they were ever so slightly different styled. Jada's dress was better than Jazz's, because I think you should never make your daughter look better than you. Because that can often get critiqued, and almost lost Ms. Cracker the makeover challenge in her season, because Michelle, I think, kept being like, yeah, but her daughter looks better than she does. And I kind of think that's kind of what Jackie had as well. You know, her daughter looked better than she did. But then Jazz still looked pretty good. I think her beat was amazing. It was, like, flawless. She had the best makeup there by far. And they had, like, a cute little routine. You know, that was nice. Then we have Crystal Method, who I will say now, I really think she deserved to win. And her outfits were so good. I mean, they were Bert and Ernie, obviously, but then there was also, like, the sort of engagement angle. That was a great angle. Like, the makeup was really cool. And it was really signature Crystal, like a sort of clown. The hair was hilarious. The outfits were so busy, but really went with each other. I think, and Crystal looked better than Opal did. Opal looks great, don't get me wrong. But Crystal's outfit was really chic. It was really cool. And the colour palette was just perfect. Like, and that's what I mean, though. They never seem to reward creativity in these challenges, because I think, and from what I've seen, I think most people agree that Crystal should have won that challenge. Especially, because I'll get to it in a minute, how good Opal was in the lip sync, you know, so, you know, it's a bit of a shame. It was lovely, amazing, she should know that she did amazing work, and that we all loved it. Then we have Alison, who did a similar, she basically did what, Brooklyn did in her makeover challenge, which did win her the challenge, so I mean, I get what she was going for, which they wore the same outfit in 2 different colours, and then I think they did also wear the same wig, I think, so I'm not really sure why they didn't get critiqued for the same wig thing, like Jackie and Snacky did. But they did look really good. I mean, Janet got aged by about 20 years, and literally, Janet and Sherry's face was the same, which I get, you're going to go for that family resemblance, but it's just amusing, considering we would make jokes about how Sherry's face is the same every week, and it's like, wow, you literally plastered your exact face onto... What? Okay, wow. Okay. You really do have one face. I mean, Janet really lived it up. but it was kind of uninteresting. And then she was like, we're not going to be old, we're just going to be from a different time. And I was like, no, you're old again. That's just, like, Sherry can't do. Sherry, the youngest Sherry has ever looked was in the Ball when she was the basketball wife. And that's basically the only time. So, yeah. Then we move on to, who was next? Gigi. Gigi was really boring. Like, Gigi definitely didn't deserve to be in the bottom two, but Gigi was the most uninteresting. Like, I understand she worked on it with her mum and a designer, but if we boil it down, it's a hat and a large coat. Yet another coat, in fact. And one of them is white, with those, like, little black fur spots they put on them. And that's, like, it. And then you just did the opposite with the other one. And, like, that's just not interesting. I feel like she should have gone more Cruella with it. Like, in the trailer, when I saw the hat and the hair, I was really excited. And then when I saw the outfit, I was like, oh. And I feel... And it's always, like, after the show. But after the show, Gigi has shown some really cool looks that aren't, like, anything she's worn on the programme. And I think it's just because people, your style evolves very quickly, especially when you're young. But it's just kind of annoying now that I'm literally... Like, I wouldn't even say Gigi's my favourite, or even one of my favourites of the season anymore, not because I don't like her, but because I'm like, you've literally worn the same outfit almost every week in different colours and materials. And considering you're a fashion girl, like, she hasn't really got any range or diversity in her clothing. And, like, you can have a style, but you don't have to stick to it permanently with no deviation. This isn't a fashion dictatorship. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't love it. I think the name was funny, Gigi Good and BB Bad. But that's about it, actually. That's about all that I really stood out. So, placements... Oh, no, the lip syncs. Well, I mean, they did talk to them first before the lip syncs, which was a bit odd. But, Heidi's girl knew all the words and didn't do a whole lot, but You Wear It Well can be performed as, like, a kind of softer, subtle song, but it's not really. It's a RuPaul song. Snacky didn't know all the words at the point where a lot of the time she wasn't even lip syncing, and she was just doing loads of stunts. Jazz knew all of the words, didn't move about a whole lot, but did know all of the words and gave a lot of good face. Opal was the best lip syncer. She knew all the words. She had tricks. She had the little glitter she threw. She did the hair and she did that. She was really living it. She was the best lip syncer, which is another reason I'm not... And they did talk about it in deliberation, so it's not like it didn't mean anything. And then Janet did pretty well. I can't really remember what she did. And then BB kind of went for a kind of, like, funny, because I'm doing all these drag things, even though I'm not doing them well. Which was funny. Like when she was doing the duck walk, and then when she did Death Drop and her wig came off. That was funny. And she was... That's a very Gigi thing to do. Like, if you think back to her first lip sync. But deliberation happens. I kind of knew at this point. I was like, so really the only people who didn't do good, because Gigi, as much as it was boring, it was still, like, a good choice. The only people who didn't do good were Heidi, and Jackie was very much just, she was okay. Jada won. I'm not mad about it, but I wish Crystal had won. And then Heidi and Jackie lip sync to Alex. Is it Alex Newell or Alex Newell? I'm going to say Alex Newell, because I'd love to meet someone called Alex Newell. And it's her song, Kill the Lights. Now, I've never heard this song before. I've never even heard of who Alex Newell is. But she does want to be one of the muses in the Hercules remake. And I've seen her audition tape she put on Twitter, and it's very good. I very much like her immediately. And I went back and watched the video and stuff, and it's very much a disco song. It's also very long. It's like 5 minutes. It's a disco song, and I think it was a good lip sync song, actually. It was kind of obscure, I think. It was a little bit obscure, but it was, like, a good choice. I will say I'm not the first to notice the kind of weirdness that both of the disco looks ended up in the bottom with a disco lip sync song. But I don't think it was riggery, because I do think that Jackie and Heidi were the worst. So I'm not sure. I think it's just maybe coincidence. And I guess, would you consider Rue's outfit kind of disco-y? I mean, it was very glitzy. I mean, you could interpret it as disco. It's been a bit of disco out, disco day. We've also learned that not doing disco for the makeover challenge never works. So, it started off with Jackie very much in the lead. She was very much doing a better job. She had this whole character of this crazy person. And I was like, oh no, Heidi, she's gone. Then Heidi, thingied her sleeves and really did the drums and really got into it. Thing with Jackie is her character got a bit old because she never, went anywhere with it. It was kind of like the Canada jokes in the debate. She didn't really go anywhere with it. And so as it went on, Heidi's dance moves, she did death drop and she finished it with a back thing. She was really giving the atmosphere of the song. Honestly, this was probably one of the best lip syncs. If not, was it the best? It was the best collectively. I don't know if they each of them gave the best performance individually, but if you consider both of the performers, it's probably the best of the season. And then I realised, oh, okay, it's going to be a double Shantae, because I'd forgotten my little math. There had to be a double Shantae to make up the 12 episodes for the competitive part of the season. There's always 12 competitive episodes, a reunion, and a finale. That is the formula we've now established for the last... This will be the fourth season with that formula. And then again, even seasons 5, 6, and 7 followed the exact same formula, just instead of a reunion and a finale, we had a recap and a finale. So, I know my stuff. So I kind of knew that this would be a double Shantae, especially also the fact that we hadn't had a second makeover challenge or fashion challenge, like a runway or anything, like a sewing design challenge. I was like, oh, I mean, we're probably going to get another one of those. So, really itchy nose. So I kind of predicted it, but I kind of forgot. But then when I saw how well they did, I was like, okay, yeah, they're both going to stay. She called Heidi first, and then she was like, Jackie, Shantae, you stay. I think the producers are very happy that they both did a good job, because otherwise I think they would have had to pull a Jackie, you didn't really do well in the lip sync, but I'm not ready to see you go. Which wouldn't have really worked, considering that Jackie hadn't even won a challenge yet and had been the bottom the previous week. So I don't think that would have really worked. So I think they're counting their blessings that things worked out for them in the end, which is why they should always try and then do their double Shantae as soon as possible, because it just doesn't. The longer you leave it, the more chance there is of it not working out. Untucked was really uneventful. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying me wearing some clothes that aren't my 2 pyjama tops. By the way, I know I look really skanky because I'm just wearing 2 pyjamas through most of my videos for the last 2 months, but I'm not just wearing them all the time, as in constantly. I am alternating between them quite regularly. It's just there's no reason to put proper clothes on. And also, I tend to film my videos really late in the day for some reason, so I'm already in my pyjamas. But today I thought I'd get ahead and wear my Sabrina top. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, hit the bell. If you didn't, sucks for you. Oh, pardon me, and that's goodbye, I guess. I'm assuming she's gonna do well.